I've kind of grew up in a circumstance where it was always made to known to me that I was different. So it kind of sparked my curiosity in psychology and understanding, okay, why do people discriminate and why do people hate? And how can we reconcile our differences? And how can we build a community where we see each other for our differences, but really embrace each other at the same time?
First up, I'd like to introduce and welcome Mamobo Ogoro, a social psychology PhD candidate and social entrepreneur. Fueled by both her personal experience and academic background in prejudice, racism, and dual cultural identity, Mamobo's research highlights the media and social representations of a multicultural Ireland. She founded Gorm Media last year, and she is on a huge mission to unify the world through innovative digital media content and storytelling. Mamobo, we love women with global ambition here at AwakenHub, so you're very welcome. I'm delighted to have you. If you could unmute and come on screen.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Delighted to have you. So Mamobo, you're a student, a researcher, an advocate, and during COVID, you added founder to your growing list of titles. What motivated you to set up Gorm Media, and at such a young age and still undertaking academic studies? How did you find the courage to do it?
Yeah, well, it was really kind of hard to really start. We were talking about in the breakout room how sometimes you're sitting on the idea for a long time, but then something actually pushes you to take the step or the leap of faith to actually start your initiative. And what really motivated me to start Gorm Media last year, I had the idea for like almost 2 years, but last year with the growing nature of social consciousness in Ireland, with Black Lives Matter that was going on, with the COVID pandemic, there were a lot of discussions that were happening both in online and physical spaces where they were leading into sort of like a polarized and really divisive world. And as a psychologist, as a social psychologist in particular, a lot of the work that we do is in reconciliation, in creating common ground, and in creating positive intergroup spaces. And I really grew frustrated with seeing the divisiveness online and seeing how people were having conversations about the multicultural world that we were living in. And so I thought to myself, I was like, okay, I need to do something. I need to actually create a space that we can actually have open discourse, and we actually can curate a common ground. With that common ground, we can build a sort of unified community where we see each other's differences, but highlight the fact that we are humans that are worthy of dignity and respect, and really respect each other at the end of the day. So I started Gorm Media as Gorm TV, which is just a web show with young people of different backgrounds, opinions, experiences, knowledge, education. And we talked about the social issues that were affecting Ireland's multicultural generation. And through that, and through discussing with different people and research on myself, I just saw a huge gap in sort of the digital media space in terms of social issues, and in terms of battling and in terms of combating these issues in that space, particularly in Ireland as well, because we're in such a transformative period when we're talking about issues of equality and diversity particularly. So that's how I kind of started, and it grew from frustration, and now we're building into a startup impact-focused digital media company.
Jesus, a word one for you, and you seem pretty fearless and have a lot of energy to dedicate to what you believe so passionately. And many of the women in AwakenHub are still at the stage of their startup being a side hustle and juggling different things. And I know that you had posted a few weeks ago, about kind of how do you juggle and making time? How do you prioritize your day and make room to give enough time to Gorm Media?
Well, I'm in the privileged, I don't even want to say privileged, but I'm in the position where I don't have dependents. I'm sure a lot of the women in the community have kids, have full-time jobs and things like that, that they will need to prioritize their time too. So I just want to acknowledge that I'm in the position where I don't have anyone that is depending on me. And I have my studies there that I guess some like financial backing of and stipends from that I can put in that. But what I really do is I'm very strict, particularly in the last year, because I really want to focus on developing this initiative. I'm very strict on my time when it comes to that. And because I need to